There is a unique and profound exhaustion that has nothing to do with the work your body has done today, and everything to do with the quiet, constant work of the soul. It is the deep, humming fatigue of a life spent holding a door closed against a coming storm. The weariness that comes from filling every silent moment so you never have to hear what is waiting on the other side. And so, we have to ask the gentle question that brings us here tonight. What is it you believe will happen if you finally stop running? If for just these next few moments, you put down every distraction, every task, every shield, and simply lie here in the deep, velvet quiet of the night, what do you fear will rise up from the stillness to finally meet you? Tonight is not about forcing that door open. It is not about battling the storm or confronting anything at all. It is about something far more gentle and perhaps far more powerful. We are simply going to explore a quiet possibility. The possibility that this stillness you have been avoiding does not have to be a cold, empty void. We are going to discover, together, that it can become a safe harbor, a warm, softly lit room inside yourself where you are in charge, where you are deeply supported, and where absolutely nothing is required of you except to exist and to breathe. So let us begin this journey not with a great leap, but with the simplest and kindest of movements, a turning of your attention inward toward the very body that has carried you through every single moment of your life. Begin by simply noticing the surface beneath you. Feel the mattress rising up to meet your body, holding your weight completely. There is no effort required for you to be supported right now. The bed is doing all the work. Allow yourself to truly feel that support, to give your weight over to it, trusting that you are held. Notice the texture of the sheets against your skin, the gentle weight of the blanket over you. These are the simple, true sensations of this present moment. And in this moment, you are safe. Now, bring a soft, curious awareness down to your feet. You don't need to change anything or fix anything. Just notice them. Think of all the steps they have taken for you today. All the running, all the standing, all the carrying you from one place to the next. And now, their work is done. Give them permission to be completely still. Feel the muscles in your arches softening, the tension releasing from your heels. Let your toes uncurl and rest. Imagine a wave of warmth flowing through your feet, leaving them heavy and deeply relaxed. This warmth then travels up into your ankles and your calves. These are the muscles of moving forward, of pushing onward. For tonight, they can rest. Let them go. Feel them becoming heavier, softer, sinking ever so slightly deeper into the support beneath you. You do not need to move forward right now. You only need to be here. Allow this gentle wave of release to flow upward into your knees and your thighs. These powerful muscles that hold you up all day long can now surrender their strength. Let them soften from the bone outward. If you notice any tightness, any residual energy from the day, just breathe into it. Imagine your breath is like warm water, gently dissolving any knots, any holding patterns. You are letting go of the need to be strong, the need to stand tall. Right now, your only job is to be soft, to be held. And as you let go, feel the profound relief that comes with this surrender. Now, bring your attention to your hips, your pelvis, and your lower back. This is an area where we so often store the stress of our lives, the unspoken worries, the burdens we carry without even realizing it. Just notice this area with kindness. Send your breath there as a messenger of peace. With each exhale, imagine you are creating more space in your lower back, allowing the muscles to lengthen and release their grip. Feel your hips growing heavy, settling into the mattress, anchored and grounded. There is no need to hold yourself together. You are safe enough to fall apart, just a little, into the deep comfort of your bed. Let this sensation of softening continue up into your abdomen. Let your stomach be soft. For so many of us, we hold tension here, a constant, low-level clenching. Tonight, you can let it go. Allow your belly to rise and fall naturally, easily, with each breath. This gentle rhythm is the rhythm of life itself, and it is happening all on its own. Your body knows how to breathe. It knows how to rest. You can trust it. Feel this softness spread into your chest, around your heart. Let go of any tightness here, any armor you have been wearing to protect yourself. Just for tonight, you can lay that armor down. And now, the shoulders. Notice where they are. Are they creeping up toward your ears? Gently, kindly, invite them to drop. Allow them to melt down and away, releasing the weight of the world they have been carrying. Feel the space that opens up between your shoulder blades. Imagine all the responsibilities, all the shoulds and musts, simply rolling off your back and dissolving into the space around you. They will be there tomorrow if you need them, but for tonight, you are free of them. This feeling of release flows down your arms, past your elbows, into your forearms. Let your arms be heavy and limp at your sides, and bring your awareness to your hands. Notice your hands. Have they been clenched into fists, ready for a fight or ready to hold on tight? Gently allow your fingers to uncurl. Let your palms open, resting softly. Your hands have done so much today. They have typed and held and worked and cared. Now, their work is done. Let them be empty. Let them be still. The simple act of unclenching your hands sends a powerful signal of safety to your entire nervous system. It is a declaration that in this moment, there is nothing to fight, nothing to grasp, nothing to control. There is only rest. Finally, allow this gentle wave of release to travel up through your neck, loosening the muscles that connect your head to your body. Let your head feel heavy on the pillow, completely supported, and bring a special, tender awareness to your jaw. This is another place where we hold so much unconscious tension, clenching our teeth against the things we cannot say. Let your jaw go slack. Allow a tiny space to open between your upper and lower teeth. Feel the powerful muscles of your jaw finally letting go. Let this softness spread across your entire face. Feel your cheeks softening, your temples relaxing. Allow the tiny muscles around your eyes to release. Let your eyes themselves feel heavy and still behind your eyelids, and smooth out your forehead. Let go of the expression of worry, of concentration, of effort. Let your entire face become a perfect mask of serenity and peace. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel your entire body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, sinking just a little deeper into rest. Every part of you is now invited to this place of stillness. Tonight, we are not going to force anything. We are not on a schedule. We are simply learning, breath by breath, that slowing down can be a safe place, a place of profound and gentle support. And this time, this precious time right now, is entirely and completely yours. As your body finds this deep quiet, this profound stillness, you may notice that the mind has its own momentum. It is so accustomed to moving, to planning, to worrying, to remembering. The habit of busyness runs deep within us. Think for a moment, with a gentle and non-judgmental curiosity, of all the clever ways we have learned to avoid a moment just like this one. Consider the intricate architecture of noise and distraction we build around ourselves each day, especially as the evening draws in. There is the endless luminous scroll of the phone, a river of images and words that promises to carry us away from our own inner world, just for a little while longer. There is the lure of one more episode of a series, one more chapter of a book, one more podcast to fill the silence in our ears and in our minds. Sometimes it is the sudden urge to do one last productive thing, to answer an email, to tidy a room, to make a list for tomorrow. Anything to feel a sense of control, a sense of accomplishment before surrendering to the unstructured territory of the night. We surround ourselves with the low hum of the television, the gentle murmur of voices from the radio, creating a buffer of sound that keeps the deeper silence at bay. These are not flaws. They are not failures of discipline. It is so important to understand this right here, right now. These behaviors are strategies. They are expressions of a deep protective intelligence that resides within you. For a very long time, this part of you has worked tirelessly, brilliantly, to keep you safe. This is a form of self-love, even if it feels like anxiety or distraction. It is the part of you that acts as a vigilant guardian at the gate of your awareness. It has learned, perhaps from experiences long ago, that complete stillness can feel dangerous. It has learned that in the quiet, difficult feelings can emerge. And so, its entire mission has been to protect you from being overwhelmed. It has done its job masterfully. It has built walls of noise, moats of distraction, and filled your days and nights with enough activity to ensure you never had to stand too long in that quiet, empty room inside yourself. So for a moment, let's just acknowledge this guardian. Let's honor the incredible energy and creativity it has poured into its task of protecting you. It has served you well. It has gotten you through so much. We don't need to fight it or banish it. We can simply thank it for its service and gently let it know that tonight, just for tonight, you are safe. You are in a different kind of space now, a space of intentional rest and support. The fear that this guardian holds is a real and valid one. It is the fear that if you truly stop, if you let all the noise die down, you will be left in a vast, echoing void. It fears that the stillness is not a peaceful sanctuary, but a cavernous, empty room where all the feelings you've kept at arm's length are waiting for you in the dark. The fear is that this room contains the ghosts of old hurts, the weight of unspoken grief, the sharp edges of loneliness or regret. The fear is that if you step inside and the door closes, you will not be able to handle what you find. You will be consumed by it. A tidal wave of feeling will finally crest and break, and you will be lost in the flood. This is the core belief that has kept you running. The belief that stillness equals danger. That to slow down is to become vulnerable to a pain that is simply too big to bear. It is a profoundly human fear, born of a deep instinct to survive. Your system has simply been trying to outrun the storm, believing that was the only way to stay safe. And this busyness, this constant motion, has felt like a kind of safety. It gives life structure. It gives the moments a purpose, a direction. The endless scroll has a path. The to-do list has a destination. The story on the screen has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the stillness feels like it has none of that. It can feel like stepping off a cliff into pure, undefined space. It is a loss of control, a surrender of the familiar map. And so, of course, a part of you resists it. Of course, a part of you wants to turn on the light, turn up the volume, and find one more thing to do. This is not a sign that you are broken. It is a sign that you have been through things that required your protection. It is a testament to your resilience and your deep, abiding love for life that you have worked so hard to shield yourself from what hurts. But what if there is another way? What if that room you fear is not an empty void, but a quiet sanctuary waiting for your presence? What if the silence is not an absence, but a presence of its own? A presence that is gentle, wise, and profoundly healing? We are not going to force our way into that room tonight. We are simply going to sit outside the door for a while, here in the safety of our breath, in the comfort of our bed. We are going to learn that we can be near the stillness without being consumed by it. We are going to discover that we are the ones who hold the key. We are in charge. And as you lie here, feeling the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, you are already beginning to rewrite that old story. You are teaching your nervous system, with every slow exhale, that it is possible to be still and be safe at the very same time. You are showing that fiercely protective part of yourself that there is another kind of safety available to you now. The safety of surrender, the safety of rest. The world can wait. The noise can fade. For now, there is only this breath, this moment, this growing sense of peace. As we sit here together in this growing quiet, let's gently and honestly name the tidal wave you fear. We don't have to experience it. We just have to name it. For some, the wave is grief, a profound, aching sadness for someone lost, or for a life that didn't unfold as planned. It's the unshed tears that have been held back for months, or even years, because it felt like if you started crying, you might never stop. The fear is that this grief is an endless ocean, and to feel it at all would be to drown in it. For others, that wave might be a deep and lingering anger, or a sense of injustice, a feeling of being wronged or unheard, a fire that has been banked and suppressed because showing it felt unsafe or unacceptable. You fear that if you let it out, its heat would scorch everything in its path, including yourself. For many, the wave is anxiety, a constant humming dread about the future, a cascade of what-ifs that feels so real and so threatening in the dead of night. It's the fear that if you stop distracting yourself, this anxiety will finally corner you, revealing that you are not in control, that the world is a fragile and unpredictable place. And for so many of us, the wave is simply a vast, unnamed sadness, a melancholy that has no clear source, a feeling of being disconnected, a quiet ache of loneliness, or the accumulated weight of all the tiny disappointments and moments of disillusionment that life inevitably brings. It's the truth of your own pain, the truth of your own weariness, the unspoken realities you have so expertly pushed to the side during the busy daylight hours. You suspect that this ocean of feeling is inside you, and the constant motion of your life has been the only thing keeping the waters from rising. You've been living on a shoreline, always watching the horizon, always ready to run inland at the first sign of a rising tide. Now, let's consider something else. Think about the sheer amount of energy it has taken to hold all of this back. Imagine you are standing at a dam, holding it back with your own two hands. Day in and day out, you have been pushing against the immense pressure of this emotional water. It is a full-time job. It is utterly exhausting. This is the source of that profound soul weariness we spoke of earlier. The constant vigilance, the constant management, the constant internal bracing against what you fear might break through. This is why you feel so tired, not just because of your day, but because of the years you have spent in this silent, heroic effort of containment. Your body feels it. The tension in your shoulders, the clenching in your jaw, the shallow rhythm of your breathing. These are all physical manifestations of this immense and ongoing effort. Carrying an unfelt ocean inside you is the heaviest burden of all. It takes up so much space within you, so much precious life force that could be used for other things, for joy, for creativity, for connection, for peace. The great paradox is that the very thing we do to protect ourselves from being overwhelmed by pain is often the very thing that perpetuates our exhaustion and keeps us from true healing and rest. But here is where we can introduce a new idea, a gentle shift in perspective that changes everything. It is a simple but profound truth. You are not the wave. You are not the ocean. You are not the storm. These feelings, no matter how immense or powerful they seem, are not the totality of who you are. They are experiences that are moving through you. Think of it this way. You are the vast, calm, limitless sky. And the feelings, the grief, the anger, the fear, they are the weather. Sometimes the sky is filled with dark, churning storm clouds. The wind howls, the rain pours, the lightning flashes. It can feel all-consuming. It can feel like the storm is everything. But we know, with absolute certainty, that above those clouds, the sky remains. The sky is not damaged by the storm. It is not broken by the lightning. It does not become the rain. It is the vast, silent, peaceful space in which the weather happens. The storm passes. The clouds break. The sun shines through. But the sky is always there, unchanged, whole and peaceful. You are that sky. Your core essence, your awareness, your consciousness is that vast open space. The feelings are just weather patterns moving through. Your fear has come from a case of mistaken identity. You have believed that you are the storm cloud. You have believed that if the rain comes, you will dissolve and wash away. But that is not who you are. You are the great expanse that holds the cloud, that allows the rain to fall, and that is still there, serene and clear, when the storm has passed. You have the capacity to witness the movement of your own inner weather without being swept away by it. This is a fundamental power that you already possess. You do not need to create it. You only need to remember it. And this remembering begins right here in this quiet moment. As you lie here, resting in your body, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your breath, you are connecting with the sky. You are connecting with the vast, peaceful container that you are. The waves may be there. The ocean of feeling may be vast. But tonight, we are not on the shoreline, anxiously watching the tide. We are not in a small boat being tossed by the waves. We are floating effortlessly, peacefully, high above it all. From this perspective, we can look down with a sense of compassion and curiosity and simply observe. We can see the patterns of the water, the movement of the currents, without any danger of being pulled under. This is the beginning of a new relationship with your feelings. A relationship not of fear and resistance, but of gentle, spacious, and compassionate awareness. You are bigger than any feeling. You are vaster than any wave. You are the quiet, eternal sky. It is so important, right in this moment, for you to know and feel this deep in your bones. You are not alone in this. This fear of slowing down, this terror of what might surface in the quiet, is not a strange or unique pathology that belongs only to you. It is one of the most profoundly human experiences there is. As you are lying here tonight, breathing in the stillness of your room, there are millions of other souls in countless other rooms all across this sleeping planet who know this exact same fear. They too have spent their days running, filling the silence, keeping the noise turned up, because they are also carrying a precious, heavy, and painful cargo inside them. They are guarding the same doors, holding back the same oceans of feeling. This experience is woven into the very fabric of what it means to be a sensitive, feeling person in a complex and often heartbreaking world. It is the natural, intelligent response of a nervous system that has had to navigate loss, or uncertainty, or pain that felt too big to process at the time. So much of our modern life is an elaborate conspiracy against stillness. We are celebrated for our busyness, rewarded for our productivity. We are handed endless tools of distraction, designed to capture our attention and hold it for as long as possible. The message, spoken and unspoken, is always, keep moving, don't stop, don't look too deeply. So, when you find yourself resisting the quiet, you are not failing. You are simply responding to the conditioning of your life and your culture. You are enacting a survival strategy that has been learned, practiced, and perfected over many years. This fear does not mean that you are broken or weak or doing something wrong. In fact, it means the very opposite. It is a powerful testament to your sensitivity. It means that you have a heart that is open enough to be deeply affected by life. It means you have lived, and you have loved, and you have experienced things that have left a mark on your soul. A person who has never been hurt has no reason to fear the quiet, but a person who has known grief, or fear, or profound disappointment understands instinctively that feelings have weight and power. Your fear is a measure of the depth of your experience. It is a sign of your capacity to feel, which is also your capacity to love, to connect, and to experience beauty. You have worked so hard to protect this sensitive heart of yours. The running, the noise, the endless distractions, all of it has been a fierce act of self-preservation. Think of it this way. It is a sign of your deep love for life that you have worked so hard to protect yourself from what hurts. You are not trying to deny life. You are trying to find a way to keep living it, even with the weight you are carrying. You are trying to stay functional, to keep showing up, to navigate your responsibilities and your relationships without shattering into a million pieces. And you succeeded. Look at you now. You are here. You have survived. That protective strategy, as exhausting as it has become, did its job. It got you through. And now, you are simply ready for a new strategy. One that is based not on running, but on resting. Not on resistance, but on gentle allowance. It's as if you have been a soldier on high alert for years, constantly scanning the horizon for threats. And now, you are finally being told that the war is over. You can come home. You can lay down your weapons. You can take off the heavy armor. And of course, that is a disorienting experience. The body still remembers the patterns of vigilance. The mind still knows how to look for danger. It takes time to learn the language of peace. It takes practice to trust the feeling of safety. So be gentle with yourself. Be patient with the parts of you that are still on guard. We are simply letting them know, quietly and consistently, that the landscape has changed. The threat they have been guarding against is not an enemy to be defeated, but a part of your own story that simply wants to be heard, to be held, and to be integrated. Every person who has ever embarked on a journey of healing or growth has stood at this very same threshold. The threshold between the familiar pain of running and the unknown territory of feeling. It is a sacred and courageous moment. The fact that you are here, listening to these words, allowing yourself to even consider the possibility of a different way, that is an act of immense courage. It shows a deep longing within you for wholeness, for peace, for a more authentic way of being with yourself. You are honoring a quiet inner wisdom that knows that true strength isn't just about holding on. It's also about learning how to let go. And you do not have to do it all at once. You do not have to be perfect at this. This is not a test. There is no pass or fail. There is only a gentle, compassionate turning toward yourself. So let this feeling of normalization wash over you. Let it soothe the part of you that may have felt shame or judgment about this fear. You are part of a vast and ancient human family, and we all carry our wounds, our fears, our unspoken sorrows. By allowing yourself to rest here tonight, you are not only doing this for yourself, you are, in a small but meaningful way, doing it for all of us. You are adding one more drop of peace, one more breath of courage to the collective human experience. And you are being held in this moment, not just by your bed, but by the shared understanding of so many others who know exactly what this feels like. You are, and have always been, a part of something much larger than yourself. And in that knowing, there is a profound and gentle strength. You are not alone. Now that we have established this foundation of safety, of understanding, of shared humanity, we can begin to explore a new way of relating to that ocean of feeling inside. The old way was built on a single, powerful belief that if you felt anything at all, you would have to feel everything all at once. The fear was that feeling was an all-or-nothing proposition. You either kept the dam completely sealed, or it would burst open and release a devastating flood. This is the core belief that has kept you running. It is a logic born of trauma, of overwhelm, where experiences came too fast and were too big to handle. So your system learned to shut down, to numb, to distract as a brilliant survival mechanism. But we are going to introduce a radically different idea tonight. An idea that is gentle, manageable, and puts you in complete and total control. The core concept is this: we can meet our feelings in tiny, manageable sips, not in one enormous, overwhelming gulp. We do not have to dive headfirst into the ocean. We are not even going to try to swim in it tonight. We are simply going to walk to the water's edge, and perhaps, if and only if it feels right, we might dip a single toe in the water, and only for a moment. This changes everything, because when you know you can approach and retreat at your own pace, the fear begins to lose its power. You are no longer a victim of the tidal wave. You are a conscious, empowered explorer of your own inner landscape. You are the one who decides how close you get, and for how long. The power is entirely in your hands. To help us with this, let's create a safe, internal space in your mind. This is your sanctuary, a place you can return to at any time, a place where you are the sole architect and keeper. It can be any place, real or imagined, that brings you a feeling of profound peace and safety. For some, it might be a warm, quiet room, perhaps with a comfortable armchair and a soft rug on the floor. Maybe there is a fireplace, with a low, crackling fire casting a gentle, dancing light on the walls. The windows might look out onto a serene and beautiful landscape, a calm forest, a still lake, or a starlit sky. The important thing is that in this room, you are completely safe. You control the door. You control the windows. You control the light. No one and nothing can enter this room without your express permission. Take a moment to furnish this space in your mind. What does it feel like to be here? Notice the temperature on your skin. Is it warm and cozy, or cool and fresh? What are the sounds? Perhaps it is the gentle crackle of the fire, or the sound of soft rain on the roof. Or maybe it is a deep and profound silence. What are the textures? The softness of the chair, the smoothness of a wooden table, the weight of a warm blanket in your lap. Make this space as real and as comforting as you possibly can. This room is your anchor. This is your home base. From here, we can begin our gentle exploration. Now imagine that somewhere in this safe room, or perhaps just outside it, is the door that leads to that ocean of feeling we've been talking about. It is a sturdy, solid door. You know it well. You have spent a great deal of energy holding it shut. For tonight, we are not going to throw it open. We are not even going to unlock it. We are simply going to acknowledge that it is there. We are going to stand before it from the safety and comfort of our warm room and just look at it with curiosity. And here is the practice. We are going to imagine opening the door, but only a tiny crack, just enough to let a single sliver of light or a whisper of sound come through. We are in complete control of how wide that crack is and how long it stays open. Maybe we open it for just 1 second and then gently close it again, returning our full attention to the safety and comfort of our room. We are just checking in. We are just gathering a tiny bit of information, like a scientist taking a small, controlled sample. What did we notice in that 1 second? Perhaps a color, perhaps a temperature, perhaps a faint sound. We don't need to analyze it or judge it. We just notice it, and then we return our focus to the crackling fire, the comfortable chair, the feeling of the soft blanket. We are practicing the art of pendulation, of moving gently between a resource of safety and a small taste of our inner experience. The analogy of dipping a toe in the water works just as well. Imagine you are standing on a beautiful, peaceful beach. The water is the ocean of your feelings. You don't have to jump in. You just walk to the edge, where the gentle foam of the waves washes over the sand, and you just dip one toe in. You feel its temperature. Is it cool? Is it warm? And then you pull your foot back, and you stand on the solid, warm sand, feeling its stability beneath you. You are safe. You have just felt a tiny part of the ocean, and you are still okay. You are still standing. You are still in control. This is the essence of titration. It's the process of feeling things in small, digestible amounts. This is how we build capacity in our nervous system. We are not trying to conquer our feelings or defeat them. We are simply teaching our bodies, in the most gentle way possible, that we can be with our inner experience and survive. We are proving to that old, protective part of us that we will not be annihilated. We are building a new kind of trust with ourselves. A trust that says, I can feel this, and I can also return to safety. I can touch my sadness for a moment, and then I can return to the feeling of the warm blanket. I can acknowledge my fear for a breath, and then I can return to the sound of the crackling fire. This gentle back and forth movement is profoundly regulating. It is the opposite of overwhelm. It is a slow, patient dance of reconnection. There is no rush. There is no goal to achieve tonight, other than to know that this possibility exists within you. The possibility of being with yourself in all your complexity, with gentleness, with safety, and with you, and only you, in complete and sovereign control. And for now, that is more than enough. Just rest in the comfort of your safe room, knowing you hold the key. Now, let's bring this gentle practice out of the realm of imagination and into the direct, felt experience of your body as it rests here tonight. We are going to dip a toe into the water, not of a vast, named emotion like sadness or fear, but into something much simpler, much more immediate, and much safer. A single physical sensation. Our bodies are the keepers of our stories. They hold the memories and the energies of our experiences in their very tissues. Long before the mind has a narrative for what has happened, the body has a felt sense, a tightness, a hollowness, a buzzing, a warmth, a coldness. These sensations are the precursors to emotion, the raw data from which feelings are built. And because they are so direct and so simple, they can often be an easier and safer place to start. So, as you continue to rest in the comfort of your bed, with your awareness anchored in the feeling of being supported, I invite you to gently scan your inner landscape. Not with the intention of finding something wrong, but with a soft, open curiosity, like a scientist observing a natural phenomenon. Just let your attention drift through your body, down your legs, through your torso, along your arms, up into your neck and head, and simply notice if there is one place that calls your attention. It might be a very subtle signal. Perhaps you notice a slight fluttering in your stomach, or a feeling of tightness in your chest. Maybe there is a warmth in your hands, or a coolness in your feet. It could be an ache in your shoulder, or a sense of pressure behind your eyes. There is no right or wrong sensation to notice. Whatever is present is perfect. Choose just one, the one that feels most prominent, or simply the first one you happen to notice. And for this moment, we are going to let go of the need to understand it. We do not need to give it a name. We do not need to know its story or what emotion it might be connected to. Is it grief? Is it anxiety? Is it joy? For now, that doesn't matter. We are going to strip away all the labels and all the narratives and meet this experience on its own terms as pure sensation. Let's say, for example, you notice a tightness in your chest. Your only job right now is to feel the physical qualities of that tightness. Where exactly is it? Does it have a center? Does it have edges? Is it sharp or dull? Is it constant? Or does it seem to pulse or change? Is it heavy? Does it have a temperature? Just be with the raw physical data of it, without judgment, without resistance. And here is the most important part of this practice. As you bring your gentle awareness to this sensation, you are constantly reminding your nervous system that you are safe. You are in charge, and you can pull back at any time. Your anchor is the feeling of the bed beneath you, the weight of the blanket upon you, the soft sound of your own breathing. These are your resources of safety. So, you might bring your attention to the tightness in your chest for just a second or two, and then you deliberately and gently shift your focus back to the feeling of your back resting against the mattress. You are proving to yourself in real time that you can be with this sensation and not be consumed by it. You can touch it, and then you can retreat to your safe harbor. This is how we build resilience. We are showing that vigilant, protective part of ourselves that we will not abandon it to overwhelm. We are saying, look, we can feel this one small thing, and we are still here. We are still breathing. We are still safe in our bed. This is a profoundly reassuring message for a nervous system that has learned to equate feeling with danger. Now, let's add the breath. The breath is our most powerful tool for staying present and regulated. As you notice your chosen sensation, begin to breathe with it. You are not trying to breathe it away or get rid of it. You are simply bringing the gentle, life-affirming energy of your breath to that part of your body. Imagine that your inhale can travel all the way to that spot, creating a little bit of space around it. And as you exhale, imagine that sensation can soften just a tiny fraction. Don't force anything. Just offer the breath as a companion to the sensation. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, inviting softness. And as you do this, you might notice something fascinating. The sensation may begin to change. What was once a solid, tight knot might begin to feel more fluid. It might shift its location. It might lessen in intensity, or it might briefly become stronger before it dissipates. It might transform into a different sensation altogether, like warmth or tingling. Whatever happens is okay. You are not trying to make it go away. You are simply watching it with a calm, detached curiosity. You are watching it rise and fall, shift and change, like a tiny, gentle wave on a very calm shore. The wave comes in, and the wave goes out, and you, the observer, remain steady and peaceful on the shore. This practice teaches you a fundamental truth. Sensations are temporary. They are not solid, permanent fixtures inside you. They are energy in motion. And by bringing your calm, steady awareness to them, you allow them to complete their natural cycle. You allow them to move through you and release. For years, you may have been holding these sensations in place with the sheer force of your resistance. By trying not to feel them, you inadvertently froze them, trapping them in your body. Tonight, by offering them just a little bit of your gentle, breathable attention, you are giving them permission to thaw. You are allowing them to flow. This is the beginning of a profound healing. It is not dramatic or forceful. It is quiet. It is subtle. It is happening one sensation at a time, one breath at a time. And the whole time, you are in control. If at any point the sensation feels too intense, you simply return your full attention to your anchor, to the feeling of the sheets on your skin, to the sound of your own quiet breathing, to the deep, unwavering support of the bed beneath you. You are always safe. You are just learning, in the most gentle way imaginable, that you are so much more capable than you ever believed of being with your own experience. You can feel this one small thing and still be whole and still be at peace. As you continue this gentle practice of noticing, of breathing with a single sensation, we can begin to introduce another layer of understanding, another profound shift in perspective. What if these sensations, these feelings that we have worked so hard to avoid, are not actually the enemy? What if they are not threats to our survival, or signs that we are broken, or a tidal wave that will destroy us? What if instead they are simply messengers? Imagine a quiet, persistent messenger who has been knocking on your door for a very long time. For years, perhaps, you have been too busy or too afraid to answer. You've kept the music turned up loud. You've pretended not to be home. You've done everything you can to ignore the sound. The messenger, in its deep commitment to delivering its message, has had to knock louder and louder. What felt at first like a gentle tap has become a persistent thumping, a rattling of the windows, a shaking of the very foundations of the house. The tightness in your chest, the ache in your throat, the hollowness in your stomach. These are not the signs of a home invasion. They are the sound of the messenger, trying desperately to get your attention. The message itself is not a threat. The messenger comes in peace. In fact, it comes bearing a gift. The message is always, in some form, about what you need. It is a piece of vital information from the deepest, wisest part of yourself about what is required for your own healing and wholeness. That tightness in your chest might be a messenger of grief, carrying the simple message, this loss was important. It deserves to be mourned. The heat in your stomach might be a messenger of anger, delivering the note, a boundary was crossed here. Your safety and dignity matter. The trembling in your hands might be a messenger of fear, whispering, you are feeling vulnerable right now. You need a sense of safety and support. These feelings are not trying to destroy you. They are trying to guide you back to yourself. They are a compass, pointing directly toward what needs your care, your attention, your compassion. They are the internal equivalent of the pain you feel when you touch a hot stove. The pain is not the enemy. It is the vital signal that prevents you from getting burned more severely. It is a protective mechanism. Our emotional pain works in the exact same way. It is a signal that something is out of alignment, that something needs to be tended to. For so long, we have been shooting the messenger. We have mistaken the alarm bell for the fire itself. We have been so afraid of the feeling, the tightness, the ache, the emptiness, that we have never paused long enough to receive the actual message it carries. The great tragedy of running from our feelings is that we are also running from the very wisdom that could heal us. We are turning away from our own best guide. But tonight, that is changing. By allowing yourself to be with one single sensation, by breathing with it and observing it with curiosity, you are finally opening the door just a crack. You are signaling to the messenger that you are willing to listen. You don't have to understand the whole message at once. You don't have to agree with it or even know what to do with it. You are simply changing your posture from one of resistance to one of reception. You are shifting from go away to I'm listening. Tell me more. And here is the beautiful, miraculous secret. Often, all these feelings have ever wanted is to be seen. They do not want to take over your life. They do not want to make you miserable forever. They simply want to be acknowledged. They want their truth to be validated. Imagine a small, lost child who is crying. If you ignore the child, or tell it to be quiet, or try to distract it with a toy, it will only cry louder. It will become more and more distressed. But if you get down on its level, look it in the eye with kindness, and simply say, I see you. I see that you are hurting. A profound shift happens. The child may still be sad, but its panic begins to subside. It feels seen. It feels understood. It is no longer alone in its pain. And in that moment, the healing begins. Our feelings are like this lost child within us. When we turn toward them with gentle, compassionate attention, they begin to soften. They begin to trust us. The simple, silent affirmation, "I can be curious about my feelings without being consumed by them," is one of the most powerful healing statements we can make. Curiosity is the antidote to fear. Fear creates contraction, tightness, and resistance. Curiosity creates openness, space, and a willingness to learn. When you are curious about a sensation in your body, you are implicitly stating that you are not afraid of it. You are approaching it not as a monster to be slain, but as a mystery to be explored. This gentle curiosity is what allows the frozen energy of a trapped emotion to begin to thaw and flow again. It allows the messenger to finally deliver its message. And once the message is delivered, the messenger can be on its way. The feeling can complete its natural life cycle and release. It doesn't need to keep knocking on your door anymore. So as you rest here, if you notice a sensation, see if you can meet it with this gentle curiosity. Ask it silent questions. "Hello, tightness. I see you're here. What is it like to be you? What information do you have for me?" You don't even need an answer in words. The answer might come as a shift in the sensation itself, or a memory, or a sudden insight, or it might not come at all tonight. And that's perfectly fine. The goal is not to figure everything out. The goal is simply to practice a new way of being with yourself, a way that is kinder, more spacious, and infinitely more trusting of your own inner wisdom. You are learning that the contents of your heart are not a threat. They are your teachers, your guides, and your path back home to yourself. With this new understanding taking root, we can begin to completely transform our relationship with the very thing we once feared the most, the stillness. For so long, the quiet of the night, the pause between one task and the next, has felt like a trap. It was the empty room where the messengers of pain were waiting. It was a vacuum that threatened to pull you into a void of feeling. But now, we can see it differently. What if this stillness is not a trap, but a sanctuary? What if it is not a void, but a place of profound fullness and nourishment? We can begin to shift our perception of stillness from a place of danger to a place of refuge. Imagine you are a ship that has been sailing on a stormy sea for a very, very long time. Your journey has been relentless. You have navigated through fierce winds, crashing waves, and endless gray horizons. Your sails are tattered, your hull is weary, and your crew, the different parts of you, is utterly exhausted from the constant vigilance and effort required to stay afloat. The busyness of your life, the noise, the distractions, that was the storm. And now, tonight, you have finally spotted a calm harbor in the distance. The stillness we are cultivating here is that harbor. It is a place of deep, quiet water, protected from the winds and the waves of the open ocean. It is a place where you can finally drop anchor, where the relentless motion can cease, and where the deep work of repair and restoration can begin. To enter this harbor requires an act of trust. It requires you to believe that it is safer to be still than it is to keep battling the storm. For a long time, the momentum of the storm felt like the only thing keeping you going. But now, you are realizing that the very motion you thought was saving you was also the source of your exhaustion. True safety, True strength lies not in endless struggle, but in the wisdom to seek sanctuary and allow yourself to be held by the calm. As you lie here in your bed, you are sailing your ship into this harbor. Feel the shift as you leave the choppy waters behind and enter the smooth, glassy surface of this inner quiet. Feel the relief as the engine of your mind finally cuts out and a profound silence descends. This silence is not empty. It is filled with presence. It is filled with peace. It is filled with the potential for healing. Consider another powerful analogy: the deep, quiet floor of the ocean. On the surface, there can be chaos. Hurricanes can whip the waves into a frenzy. Ships can pass by, and the weather can be violent and unpredictable. But if you were to sink down, past the turbulent surface layers, you would find a world of absolute peace. The deep ocean floor is a place of immense pressure, but also of profound stillness. The chaos of the surface is a distant, muffled memory. The great currents of the deep move with a slow, geologic patience. Down there, in the dark and the quiet, there is a stability that is completely untouched by the temporary storms raging far above. This place of deep, quiet stillness exists within you, right now. Your thoughts, your daily worries, the dramas of your life, those are the storms on the surface. But your core being, your deepest essence, is like that ocean floor. It is always calm, always present, always whole. The practice of slowing down, of breathing, of resting in stillness is the practice of sinking beneath the surface chaos and coming home to the unshakable peace of your own depths. The fear has been that if you stop moving, the storm on the surface will somehow follow you down and destroy you. But the opposite is true. The more you learn to access this deep inner quiet, the less power the surface storms have over you. You can witness them from a place of safety and perspective, knowing that they are temporary weather patterns passing over your deep and abiding calm. This stillness is not an act of avoidance or denial. It is not about pretending the storms don't exist. It is about remembering that you are infinitely vaster and deeper than any storm. You are the whole ocean, not just the waves on the surface. And you are learning to inhabit the peaceful depths of your own being. So let your body receive this message now. Let it know that this slowing down is a form of deep nourishment. Every cell in your body has been running on adrenaline, on cortisol, on the stress hormones of constant motion and vigilance. As you rest here in this quiet harbor, you are allowing your entire system to switch from the fight or flight mode to the rest and digest mode. This is the state in which true healing happens. In this state, your body can repair tissues, your immune system can strengthen, and your nervous system can regulate and recalibrate. This is not laziness. This is not giving up. This is a wise and powerful act of self-preservation and restoration. You are giving your body the precious gift it has been craving, the gift of a deep, cellular sigh of relief. You are finally letting it know that it is safe to stand down. The battle is over, at least for tonight. The ship is in the harbor. The anchor is down. There is nothing more to do, nowhere else to go. There is only the gentle rocking of the calm water, the vast, starry sky above, and the deep, restorative peace of the present moment. Allow this feeling of sanctuary to permeate your entire being. Let the stillness hold you like a warm, weighted blanket, soothing every frayed nerve, calming every anxious thought, and bringing you home to the quiet, unshakable center of yourself. This is your birthright. This peace is who you truly are, beneath all the noise. and you can always, always return here. This harbor is always waiting for you. As we learn to trust the stillness, to see it as a safe harbor, it helps to have an anchor. Something solid, reliable, and absolutely real that can hold us steady in the present moment, especially if the mind begins to drift back into old patterns of worry or the waves of feeling begin to rise. Your most powerful, ever-present anchor is your own body, right here, right now. Your body is not an abstract concept or a memory. It is a living, breathing reality. It exists in this room, in this bed, in this exact moment in time. And by grounding your awareness deeply in its physical reality, you can tether yourself to the safety of the now. The mind can travel to the past, filled with regret, or journey into the future, filled with anxiety. But the body is always and only in the present. To connect with your body is to connect with the only moment where life is actually happening. So let's bring our attention back with renewed focus and gentle curiosity to the simple, undeniable sensations of your physical self. Begin with the feeling of the blankets. Notice their weight. Is it a light, airy feeling or a heavy, comforting pressure? Feel the places where the fabric makes contact with your skin. Notice its texture. Is it soft, smooth, crisp? These are not small or insignificant details. They are direct portals to the present moment. When your attention is fully engaged with the feeling of the blanket, it is not caught in a story about yesterday or a worry about tomorrow. It is simply here. Now bring your awareness to the gentle, rhythmic rise and fall of your own chest or abdomen. This is the tide of your own life force, the steady, reliable rhythm of your breath. You don't have to change it or control it. Just rest your attention upon it. Feel the subtle expansion on the inhale and the gentle release on the exhale. Each breath is an anchor tying you to this moment. Each breath is a quiet affirmation that you are alive, you are here, and you are safe. This rhythm has been with you since the moment you were born, a faithful, constant companion. You can trust it. You can rest in it. It is the sound of your own survival, your own resilience, your own life unfolding, one breath at a time. Let each cycle of breath be a wave that washes you a little more deeply onto the shore of the present moment. Now, expand your awareness to include the feeling of your entire body being held by the surface beneath you. Feel the specific points of contact, your heels pressing into the mattress, the backs of your calves, the weight of your thighs and hips, the broad expanse of your back resting against the support, the back of your head heavy on the pillow. These sensations are like a map of the present moment. Trace them with your mind. They are irrefutable proof that you are here. You are physically grounded. You are supported. You cannot float away into a sea of anxious thought when you are this firmly anchored in the physical reality of your own body. This practice is about proving to your nervous system over and over again that you are safe in this moment. The stories in the mind can create a sense of threat, but the sensations in the body, right now, speak only of safety. The bed is holding you. The blanket is comforting you. The breath is flowing. These are the facts of your present experience, and these facts are profoundly reassuring. Let this affirmation sink deep into your being, not as a mental concept, but as a felt reality. My body is my home, and I can make it a place of peace. For a long time, perhaps, your body has not felt like a safe home. It has been a place of tension, of anxiety, of unprocessed pain. It has felt like a house haunted by the ghosts of past experiences. But you are the keeper of this house. You have the power to change the atmosphere within its walls. And you do this not through force, but through gentle attention and care. Every time you consciously soften your shoulders, you are bringing a little more peace into your home. Every time you unclench your jaw, you are adding a touch of gentleness. Every time you take a slow, deep breath and feel your belly soften, you are hanging a lantern of calm in a once darkened room. You are, breath by breath, sensation by sensation, transforming your body from a container of past pain into a sanctuary of present peace. It is a slow and patient process of reclamation. You are reclaiming your own physical presence as a source of strength and stability. You are learning that you don't have to look outside of yourself for safety. You carry it with you wherever you go. Your ability to feel your feet on the ground, to feel your breath in your lungs, to feel the warmth of your own skin. This is the ultimate source of security. It is always available to you in any moment of distress or overwhelm. This is why grounding in the body is so powerful. It bypasses the analytical, storytelling mind and speaks directly to the ancient, instinctual part of your brain that is only concerned with one thing. Am I safe right now? And the answer, coming from the direct evidence of your senses, is a clear and resounding yes. Yes, in this moment, you are safe. You are held. You are breathing. You are home. So just rest in this knowing. Let your awareness be filled with the simple, profound truth of your own physical presence. Feel the life force that animates you, the subtle warmth and vibration that is the signature of your aliveness. Your body is a miracle of intelligence and resilience. It has carried you through everything you have ever experienced. It knows how to heal. It knows how to rest. And tonight, you are finally giving it the gift it has been waiting for. Your full, kind, and loving attention. You are coming home to yourself. And there is no safer place in the entire universe to be. This body, this breath, this moment, this is your anchor. This is your peace. This is your home. As you rest here, in this deepening sense of safety, anchored in your body, let's take a moment to turn our attention to something truly remarkable. Let's honor the incredible, breathtaking strength it has taken for you to run for so long. We often think of strength as the ability to face our pain, to be still and feel. And that is one kind of strength, the kind you are cultivating tonight. But there is another kind of strength, just as valid and just as powerful, and that is the strength it takes to survive. It is the strength of endurance, of perseverance, of getting up every single morning and facing the day while carrying a vast, heavy, unfelt ocean inside you. Do not underestimate what that has required of you. Think of the sheer force of will it has taken to keep going, to fulfill your responsibilities, to care for others, to laugh, to work, to engage with the world, all while a significant portion of your life force was being used to hold that internal door shut. That is not weakness. That is the strength of a titan. It is the resilience of a deeply rooted tree that continues to reach for the sky, even as a fierce internal wind tries to pull it down. You have been living your life on a kind of hard mode, operating with a constant, invisible handicap. And yet, you did it. Day after day, you navigated the complexities of life with a grace and fortitude that you probably never gave yourself credit for. This is a moment for deep and profound self-respect. A moment to look back, not with judgment for the running, but with awe for the runner. The part of you that designed these protective strategies, the busyness, the noise, the distraction, is not a fool or a coward. It is a brilliant, highly intelligent strategist. It is the part of your own consciousness that is fiercely dedicated to your survival. Think of it as your own personal Secret Service agent, your internal security detail. This agent assessed a threat, the overwhelming power of unprocessed emotion, and designed a sophisticated, multi-layered defense system to protect the most vulnerable part of you, your sensitive heart. This system worked. It skillfully kept you safe during a time when feeling everything might have genuinely been too much. A time when it could have shattered your ability to function. This protective system was not your enemy. It has been your most loyal and dedicated ally. It has sacrificed its own peace, its own rest, to stand guard at the gate of your awareness, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for years. It has never taken a day off. It has never faltered in its mission. And its mission was simple: keep you alive, keep you going, get you to the next day. And it has succeeded, flawlessly. The exhaustion you feel is the exhaustion of this loyal soldier, this vigilant guardian who has finally been given permission to stand down. So instead of criticizing this part of yourself for keeping you from your feelings, see if you can feel a wave of gratitude for its tireless service. It did what it knew how to do, with the resources it had at the time, to ensure your survival. It is a hero in your own inner story. And here is the most beautiful part. The very same strength that allowed you to run for so long is the exact same strength that now allows you to rest. It is not a different energy. It is the same wellspring of power within you, simply being redirected. The focus, the determination, the sheer grit it took to hold back an ocean. That is a formidable power. And now, you are learning to turn that same power toward the practice of stillness. You are using that same determination to keep your attention on your breath, to stay anchored in your body, to gently witness your feelings without being swept away. You are not a weak person trying to become strong. You are an incredibly strong person, learning a new way to use your strength. You are learning that strength can also be soft. It can be yielding. It can be spacious and receptive. It can be the courage to not do, to not run, to simply be. You have survived so much, more than you probably ever acknowledge. You have weathered storms, both internal and external, that would have broken many. The resilience that is woven into the fabric of your being is extraordinary. It is the legacy of every challenge you have ever faced and overcome. It is the quiet power that has carried you through to this very moment, to this very bed, to this very breath. This strength is not something you need to go out and find. You don't need to build it from scratch. You are simply remembering that it has been here all along. It was present in the running, and it is present now in the resting. It is the constant, unwavering core of who you are. So let this knowing settle into your bones. Let go of any last remnant of self-criticism for the ways you have protected yourself. See it all, the running and the resting, as different expressions of the same deep abiding love you have for your own life. You are loving yourself by running because you are trying to survive. And you are loving yourself now by resting because you are ready to heal. It is all part of the same beautiful, complex, and courageous journey. You are not broken. You are a survivor. And the strength that has carried you this far is more than enough to carry you through this next chapter. The chapter where you learn to come home, to soften, to trust, and to find the deep, restorative peace that has been waiting for you all along. Honor your journey. Honor your resilience. Honor the profound and unwavering strength that is the very essence of you. Building on this deep appreciation for the strength of survival, we can now introduce a new, more nuanced understanding of power. In our culture, we are often taught that strength is about pushing through, about enduring hardship, about being unyielding and tough. It's the strength of the clenched fist, the braced muscle, the gritted teeth. And as we've just acknowledged, that kind of strength has its place. It has served you well. But there is another kind of power, a quieter, more profound strength that our world often overlooks. It is the power that lies in the ability to soften, to yield, to rest. This is the strength of the open hand, the relaxed muscle, the gentle breath. It is the courage to be vulnerable, to be receptive, and to allow things to be as they are without resistance. For so long, you have equated letting go with giving up. You believed that if you softened your grip, if you stopped holding everything together so tightly, it would all fall apart. You thought rest was a form of defeat, a surrender to the chaos you were trying so hard to manage. But we are here tonight to reframe that belief completely. Rest is not giving up. It is not an act of weakness. It is a wise and powerful act of restoration and self-compassion. It is a strategic and intelligent choice made from a place of deep inner wisdom, not from a place of defeat. It is the recognition that continuous output, continuous effort, continuous vigilance is unsustainable. It leads to burnout, to brittleness, to breaking. True, lasting strength requires cycles of effort and release, of action and repose. It requires the wisdom to know when to push, and the even greater wisdom to know when to be still. Think of a mighty oak tree. Its strength is not just in its rigid trunk and sturdy branches that resist the wind. Its greater strength lies in its flexibility, its ability to bend and sway with the storm, rather than trying to stand perfectly still and risk snapping. Its strength also lies in its deep, unseen roots, which are not pushing, but are quietly, patiently drawing nourishment and stability from the silent earth. Rest is the act of tending to your roots. It is the process of drawing in the nourishment you need to be able to stand tall when the next storm comes. Or consider the analogy of a field. A farmer who forces a field to produce crop after crop, season after season, without a period of rest, will soon find the soil depleted, barren, and unable to sustain life. The wise farmer knows that a field must be allowed to lie fallow. It must be given a season of quiet, of stillness, of simply being. This fallow period is not empty or useless. It is a time of incredible unseen activity. The soil is regenerating. Microorganisms are at work. Nutrients are being replenished. The land is gathering its strength for future growth. Your soul is that field. The constant running and busyness has been like forcing season after season of demanding crops. And now you are finally allowing yourself a fallow season. This rest you are embracing tonight is not an empty pause. It is a deeply generative and creative act. In this stillness, your nervous system is recalibrating. Your emotional body is processing and integrating. Your spirit is replenishing its deep reserves. This rest is preparing you for a future growth that is more sustainable, more authentic, and more joyful. To choose to rest, especially in a world that glorifies busyness, is an act of quiet rebellion. It is a declaration of your own sovereignty. It is you saying, "My well-being is more important than my productivity. My inner peace is more valuable than any external achievement." It takes immense strength to make that choice, to deliberately step off the frantic hamster wheel of modern life and claim your right to be still. It requires you to trust that your value as a human being is not measured by what you do, but by who you are. And who you are, at your core, is a being deserving of peace, of gentleness, of nourishment. The power of gentle rest is that it heals from the inside out. The strength of pushing through often creates micro-tears, both physically and emotionally. It is a strength that can, over time, lead to brittleness. But the strength of yielding, of softening, is like a healing balm. It allows for repair. It creates resilience that is flexible and adaptive. A body that knows how to deeply rest is a body that can better handle stress. A mind that has been nourished by stillness is clearer, more creative, and more insightful. A heart that has been given the space to feel and release its burdens is more open, more compassionate, and more capable of love. So as you lie here, feel the power in your own surrender. Feel the strength in the softening of your muscles. Acknowledge the courage it takes to do nothing at all. You are not being passive. You are actively, consciously, and powerfully choosing to engage in one of the most healing practices available to a human being. You are aligning yourself with the natural rhythms of life, the cycles of day and night, of work and rest, of action and stillness. You are remembering a wisdom that is encoded in your very DNA, the wisdom that knows that after a long journey, the greatest strength lies in coming home and allowing yourself to be held, to be healed, and to be made whole again in the sanctuary of deep, quiet rest. This is not the absence of strength. This is its deepest and most profound expression. As all of these new understandings begin to weave themselves together in the quiet of your mind, a new felt experience begins to emerge in your body. It is the integration of all that we have explored tonight. It is the shift from a collection of interesting ideas to a living, breathing reality within you. You have now had the direct, first-hand experience of being with a sensation and watching it change. You have dipped a toe in the water and discovered that you did not drown. You pulled your foot back to the safety of the warm sand. You have opened the door a tiny crack, witnessed what was there for a moment, and then gently closed it again, returning to the comfort of your safe room. This is no longer a theory. It is a known fact of your own experience. You now know, in your cells and in your bones, that you can be with a feeling, and you can also be okay. You have proven to yourself that the tide of feeling can be gentle. It does not have to be the terrifying, catastrophic tidal wave you once imagined. It can be a series of small, manageable waves, rolling onto the shore of your awareness and then receding, all on their own. This experience begins to dismantle the very foundation of the old fear. The old fear was built on the belief that feelings were a monolithic, all-consuming force that once engaged would never let you go. But you have just learned that feelings are fluid. They are temporary. They are energy in motion. Like weather patterns, they arise, they express themselves, and, if allowed, they pass. The tightness in your chest was not a permanent fixture. It was a momentary state, that softened with your breath. The anxiety was not a solid wall. It was a vibration that changed in intensity as you witnessed it with curiosity. By staying present, by staying anchored in your body, you have discovered the profound truth that you are not the weather. You are the sky. This is the great integration, the new core understanding that you are the container for your emotions, and you are always, always bigger than any feeling that moves through you. Imagine you are holding a small, clear glass of water. If you were to drop a single drop of dark ink into that glass, the entire glass of water would turn murky and dark. It would feel like the ink has taken over everything. This is what it feels like when we are identified with our emotions. Our awareness is small, contracted, and easily overwhelmed. The feeling seems to be everything. But now, imagine you are standing at the edge of a vast, clear, pristine lake, and you take that same single drop of dark ink and let it fall into the water. What happens? It dissipates almost instantly. It is held and absorbed by the vastness of the lake, leaving no discernible trace. The lake is not disturbed. Its clarity is not diminished. It easily contains the drop of ink because it is so much bigger than it. Your awareness is that lake. Through the practice of stillness, of grounding in your body, of resting in the present moment, you have been expanding the size of your container. You are shifting from being the small glass of water to being the vast, clear lake. And so, the same feeling that once would have overwhelmed you now arises as just a single drop of ink in a vast expanse. You can see it, acknowledge it, and watch it dissolve into the spaciousness of your own presence. This is true emotional freedom. It is not about never feeling sadness or anger or fear. It is about having a container of awareness so vast, so peaceful, that it can hold any emotion with grace and ease. It is knowing that no matter what feeling arises, the clarity of the lake, the peace of your core being, remains untouched. This is the wisdom that is being born in you tonight. It is a quiet confidence, a gentle knowing that you can handle your own inner world. The need to run, to distract, to numb begins to fall away naturally, not because you are forcing it, but because it is no longer necessary. Why would you need to run from a single drop of ink when you know you are a vast lake? Let this new sense of yourself settle in. Feel into this spaciousness. You are not just the small, constructed personality that worries about tomorrow's to-do list. You are the silent, aware presence that is witnessing that personality. You are the deep, quiet peace that underlies all the noise. And from this place of expanded awareness, a new set of affirmations can arise, not as hopeful wishes, but as statements of emergent truth. Feel the reality of this statement as you hear it. I am safe as I slow down. You have just proven this to yourself. The stillness is not a void. It is a sanctuary. It is the calm water of the lake. Feel the truth of this one. I am supported as I rest. You are being held by your bed, by your breath, by the quiet of the night, and by this vast, peaceful awareness that is your true nature. You are not alone and unsupported in your experience. You are being held in a container of profound love and acceptance, a container that is your very own being. This is the harvest of your gentle work tonight. This is the treasure you have found by having the courage to be still. It is a quiet revolution of the soul, a turning from fear to trust, from resistance to allowance, from running from yourself to coming home to yourself. There's nothing more to figure out, nothing more to analyze. The truth of this is not in your mind. It is in the calm, steady rhythm of your breathing, in the softened muscles of your body, and in the quiet, spacious peace that is filling this room and filling your heart. You are the lake. Rest in your own vastness. From this place of deep integration, this felt sense of your own vastness, we can now gently plant the seed of a new promise to yourself. This is not a forceful resolution or a demanding goal. It is a soft, quiet intention that you can offer to yourself, like a precious seed being placed in the fertile soil of your newly discovered inner peace. This new belief, this new promise is simple. Slowing down is my sanctuary. Rest is my right. Let those words echo gently in the quiet space of your being, not as something you have to strive for, but as something you are now allowing yourself to inhabit as a fundamental truth. Slowing down is my sanctuary. For so long, it was the opposite. Slowing down was the threat, the danger zone. But tonight, you have changed that story. You have reclaimed stillness as a place of refuge, a safe harbor where you can connect with your own deepest resources of peace and wisdom. You have learned that in the quiet, you don't find a monster. You find the vast, calm sky of your own awareness. This sanctuary is not something you need to build or earn. It is your birthright. It is an inherent part of who you are, a quiet room inside yourself that has been waiting for you to enter all along. And the second part of the promise, rest is my right. This is a radical statement in a world that so often treats rest as a luxury or even a sign of laziness. But you are now claiming it as a fundamental human right, as essential to your well-being as air, water, and food. Rest is not something you get to have only when all the work is done, because the work is never done. Rest is a non-negotiable component of a healthy, sane, and joyful life. It is your right to disconnect, to replenish, to simply be. By claiming this right, you are honoring the needs of your body, your mind, and your soul. You are affirming your own worth, independent of your productivity. You are giving yourself the profound gift of unconditional self-care. Let this new promise be a gentle lighthouse, guiding you through the days and nights to come. When the old habits of busyness and distraction call to you, when the world demands that you keep running, you can remember this quiet truth. You can remember the feeling of this sanctuary. You can remember that you have a right to this peace. And now, take a moment to honor the journey you have taken tonight. Acknowledge the courage it took for you to stay, to listen, to turn inward when every instinct may have told you to turn away. You did not run. You stayed here, with yourself, with your experience, with a gentle and open heart. That is a profound act of love. You have given yourself a gift of immeasurable value. You have begun to untangle a knot of fear that may have been with you for a lifetime. You have planted a seed of trust that will continue to grow, blossom, and bear fruit in the days to come. This is not a small thing. It is the beginning of everything. It is the foundation of a new relationship with yourself, one based on compassion, curiosity, and an unwavering trust in your own resilience. Be proud of yourself for this. Feel a wave of warmth, of self-appreciation for the beautiful, courageous work you have done simply by allowing yourself to be here and to be open. And now, let this new sense of safety, this new promise, this feeling of warmth and self-love begin to permeate your entire being. Imagine it as a gentle, golden light originating in the center of your chest, in the space of your heart. And with each breath, this light begins to expand, effortlessly, graciously. Feel this warm, golden light spreading from your heart, filling your entire torso. It flows down into your hips and your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes, bringing with it a message of deep peace and safety. It flows up into your shoulders, melting away any last remnants of tension. It flows down your arms, into your hands and fingers, filling them with a gentle, healing energy. It flows up through your neck, into your head, soothing your jaw, your face, your mind. Imagine every single cell in your body being bathed in this warm, golden light of safety and self-compassion. This light is the feeling of coming home. It is the feeling of being whole. It is the felt sense of your own innate goodness and worth. You don't have to do anything to deserve this feeling. It is simply who you are, beneath all the layers of fear and protection. This warmth is your essence. This peace is your true nature. You are simply allowing yourself to remember it now. Let this feeling be the last thing you consciously focus on tonight. Let it be the gentle lullaby that sings you into a deep and restorative sleep. A sleep that is not an escape from your feelings, but a continuation of your healing. A sleep that is an extension of the safety and sanctuary you have cultivated right here, right now. You have done enough. You have been so brave. Now, all that is left is to rest in the beautiful, peaceful home you have rediscovered within yourself. Let the golden light hold you. Let the gentle promise guide you. You are safe. You are whole. And all is well. And now, the time for conscious effort is over. You have done the beautiful, gentle work of turning inward, of listening, of understanding. You have anchored yourself in the body, honored your own strength, and planted a new promise in the fertile ground of your heart. There is nothing more you need to do, nothing more to manage, or watch, or analyze. The ship is safely in the harbor. The crew is at rest. The gentle work of the night can now begin on its own. It is time to let go of the shore. It is time to release your grip on all the concepts and ideas we have explored. Let them dissolve, like sugar in warm water, into the background of your awareness. They have done their work. They have brought you to this place of peace. Now you can simply enjoy the peace itself without thinking about how you got here. Your only task now is to allow, to soften, to drift. The focus shifts now, away from any inner process and entirely to the pure, simple sensation of comfort. Let your attention merge completely with the feeling of being held. Feel the incredible support of the mattress beneath you, a solid, trustworthy presence. Feel the gentle, comforting weight of the blanket over you, like a soft, warm hug. Let these sensations of being held, of being supported, of being comfortable, become your entire world. Sink into them. Surrender to them. There is no need to hold yourself up any longer. There is no need to maintain any posture, physical or mental. You can let go of everything, just allowing everything to be exactly as it is, allowing the gentle rhythm of your breath to breathe itself. You don't need to do the breathing. Your ancient, wise body knows exactly how. Just allowing the weight of your body to sink a little deeper, a little heavier into the bed. Just softening. A final, deep wave of softening that flows through your entire being. Softening the muscles in your face, around your eyes, your jaw. Softening your shoulders, letting them be heavy and wide. Softening your belly, letting it be completely relaxed and at ease. Softening your hands, letting them be open and empty a deep, profound letting go. You are letting go of the day that is done. All of its triumphs, all of its challenges, release them. They belong to the past now. You are letting go of the need to plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. It does not need your attention right now. All that is required of you is to be here, in this moment, in this bed, in this profound and simple state of rest, just drifting now, as if you are a single perfect leaf, floating on the surface of a slow, calm, quiet river. The river is carrying you effortlessly toward the deep, peaceful ocean of sleep. You don't need to swim. You don't need to paddle. You don't even need to steer. The current of the river knows the way. Your only job is to rest on the water, to trust the flow, to allow yourself to be carried. The language of the mind becomes simpler now. The thoughts, if they come at all, are slower, more distant, less interesting. They are like clouds passing high in the sky, far away. You don't need to engage with them. You can just watch them drift by, without attachment, without concern. Your attention is drawn more and more to the simple, physical reality of this moment. The darkness behind your eyelids, the quiet sounds of the room, the feeling of your own gentle breath. These are the anchors that hold you in this peaceful, liminal space between waking and sleeping. Sinking, a gentle, pleasant sensation of sinking down into a deep, soft velvet cushion, down and down into deeper and deeper levels of relaxation. With every exhale, you let go a little more. You sink a little further, releasing all effort, releasing all control, trusting that you will be held, trusting that you are safe. Sleep is not something you have to chase or capture. It is a natural grace that comes to you when you are ready. It is a gift that you receive when you finally stop trying and simply allow. And you are so ready now. Your body is ready. Your mind is quiet. Your heart is at peace. You have created the perfect conditions for sleep to arrive gently and naturally in its own time. So just rest here, floating, drifting, softening, sinking. There's nothing more you need to do. There's nothing you need to understand. The intelligence of your body is taking over now. The ancient, healing wisdom of sleep is calling to you. And all you have to do is let go and answer. Just allowing, just softening, just drifting now into the deep, warm, quiet. As you float here, on the edge of a deep and peaceful sleep, perhaps we can wonder together about the nature of this journey you have been on. Isn't it a strange and beautiful paradox of being human that we must often travel so far, run for so long, and build such elaborate defenses, only to discover that the peace we were seeking was waiting for us all along, in the very place we were running from? The stillness we feared was the sanctuary we craved. The feelings we sought to escape were the messengers carrying the map back home to ourselves. What if all of our pain, all of our fear, is not a mistake, but a kind of sacred invitation? An invitation to stop, to turn around, and to finally meet ourselves with the compassion and tenderness we so freely offer to others. Perhaps healing is not about becoming a new and better person, but about gently removing all the armor we have worn, all the shields we have carried, so that the person we've always been can finally emerge into the light of our own awareness. You have spent a lifetime learning how to be strong in the way the world understands strength, how to endure, how to push through, how to achieve. And tonight, you have begun to learn a different kind of strength, the power of the open hand, the wisdom of the fallow field, the courage of the quiet heart. What would it be like to carry this softer strength with you into your waking days, to meet the inevitable challenges of life, not with a braced and rigid resistance, but with a spacious and yielding presence, like the vast lake that so easily holds a single drop of ink? How might your life change if you truly believed in every cell of your being that you are the sky, and that all the chaotic weather of your thoughts and emotions is just a temporary pattern passing through your infinite and peaceful essence? We build our lives around the idea of control, believing that our safety lies in managing every outcome, in predicting every turn of the road. But what if true safety is found in the very opposite? In the surrender to the moment, in the trust that we have the inner resources to meet whatever comes. Tonight, you have practiced this surrender. You have let go of the shore of conscious effort and allowed yourself to be carried by the gentle river of your own breath toward the ocean of sleep. You did not force it. You simply allowed it. And in that allowance, you found a peace that no amount of striving could ever provide. What other areas of your life are waiting for this same gentle allowance, this same radical trust? We run from our pain because we believe it will diminish us, that it will break us. But what if our deepest wounds are also the source of our greatest gifts? What if the cracks in our hearts are the very places where the light gets in, where our compassion for others is born, where our wisdom takes root? The strength it took you to run is the same strength that now allows you to rest. The sensitivity that made you vulnerable to pain is the same sensitivity that allows you to experience profound love and beauty. Perhaps nothing was ever wasted. Perhaps every detour, every struggle, every moment of fear was an essential part of the curriculum of your soul, teaching you, step by step, the path back to the unshakable peace that is your true home. And now, you are floating on the calm, quiet, dark water of sleep, held safely, held completely. Your body knows exactly what to do. It is repairing, restoring, and integrating all that you have experienced. Your mind is quiet. Your heart is at peace. The night will hold you in its deep, silent embrace. Sleep is here. There is nothing more you need to do now but rest.